How you doing, speculators? This is Rod, your futures fanatic. Hey, I just did an entire review of TickTick Trader, a new funding company here, and I realized it went super long, almost 17 minutes, and you guys don't like particularly long videos. So let me just give you a quick highlight, and then I do encourage, if you want to watch for a lot more detail, I go into a lot more detail about it. So here's the highlights of TickTick Trader, a new online futures funding company that I'm reviewing here. The first thing is that while the site might look very similar to others, they are not co-owned by any other company. A lot of these companies are using similar designs, similar website looks, and even have similar back ends. So even the checkout process looks exactly the same as a few others, but this is an independent company. Second, they're based in Europe. So if you're in Europe, they can converse with you in your native language, which is pretty nice. If you're in the US, their support is outstanding, but just know that I don't believe they have any native English speakers yet on their support staff. They might at some point soon. So if you notice the chat's a little off, just know that they're in Europe. Don't hold them against them. I'm sure that their English is a lot better than your French or Spanish or German. So there's that note. The next thing is that they have an Express program. If you're more familiar with these programs, I don't know if I'll find it here real quick. I don't want this part to get too long, but they have Express right here. Okay, their Express, what makes it unique? You can pass it in a single day, so there's no minimums to their Express. So if you're familiar with these programs, that's another benefit that you might want to be aware of. The next thing is that they offer Journal Links, which is a trade journal, and a license to Jigsaw. So if you're familiar with those two tools, Journal Links is a journaling thing. Jigsaw is a order flow software that a lot of traders like. So you get some access to those straight up, which is pretty cool. And the final is, I don't have a date on this, but they are working on support for CQG. If you don't know what that means, it essentially means they'll probably be able to support platforms other than Ninja and Rhythmic-based platforms. You can think that's Tradovate or TradingView if you like TradingView. So you can hold out on that. And the final aspect is that they're running a launch discount right now, 65% off. 65% off the 25, 50, and 100,000. You can use my codes below and make sure you use that link so you're associated with the TDG family here, and you can also get a free month in our trade room. Okay, but you're going to want to probably watch the rest of the video if you can, because I do mention how you can qualify to get access to a free first month in a little contest we're doing here on YouTube. So that's it. TickTick Trader, another entrant to online futures. Please watch the whole review if you want more information and detail. Stay green, trade like you mean it. We'll see you at the next video. Thanks. Hey there, speculators. It's Rod, your futures fanatic. Welcome back to the channel here on YouTube. Futures Fanatic is part of my company, TDG. That's the Traders Dev Group, where I provide education for active futures traders and self-directed investors. Also talk a heck of a lot about futures funding programs and prop programs. I have a lot of information on my channel about it. So if you're brand new to the channel, you can hit like, subscribe, turn on the bell notification. You know everything to do if you want to learn more about the best asset class for active day trading. And today I'm going to be doing a review of TickTick Trader. Now, some of you who have been on my channel for a little while or following my content might think, last thing we need is yet another one of these futures funding companies. And I kind of am getting close to agreeing, but the founders of TickTick have been pretty aggressive at getting in touch with me. I liked everything I've heard. I've had a number of conversations with them now. Let me tell you a little bit about this firm, some of the things that make them different, some of the things that is the same, and then you can check it out for yourself. So the website is TickTickTrader.com, and these bulls are starting to look pretty familiar. So the first thing I want to cover is that none of these firms that I talk about here are co-owned or have cross-investing or anything like that. They're just choosing very similar designs, it looks like. So you can check out this one or this one or this one. There's quite a bit of folks that are using this this bull kind of look and this, but they are all independent companies. The other thing that might make you think that they are the same is, let me just drag over this little video that I did where I recorded me signing up for their program. They use a software on the for CRM and for billing and other things called A-Member, and A-Member is integrated with Rhythmic and some of these systems. So a lot of the firms, the checkout looks exactly the same. The back end looks exactly the same because you're looking at A-Member. So that's the reason for that. Let me just go ahead and start this right now. I'll navigate you through it because I did sign up for the Express. So I signed up for their TickTick Express, and here's what makes the TickTick Express different. So the TickTick Express is actually a 15-day maximum, but there's no minimum on it. Let me pause this for a moment. So it's $99 and there's no minimum. So if you're familiar with these programs, there's some others that offer Express, but the Express is 10 days usually, and you have to trade a minimum of 10 days, whereas the TickTick Express is only no minimum days. So there has been stories of people actually passing it on the first day and receiving their funded account the very next day. So I signed up for this. It's $99. And let me just let this run for a moment. This is how you kind of sign up. The interface is very easy. And when we get to the next page, I just wanted to show you how quick this was. So we'll wait for this. I could have cut that down, but so the first thing I want to point out is I actually did this yesterday at I believe it was around sometime in the morning my time or early afternoon. And you can see that the charge went through at 11:30 p.m. So first thing to note about TickTick is they're all European. Okay, so if you are in Europe, this is a good firm to take a look at. Now, if you're in the U.S., they support U.S. of course. Their support and their support team is outstanding, but many of them are not native speakers. So if you're chatting with them and stuff, and some of the website content might look, if you're based here in the U.S. So if you're in Europe, definitely one to check out. I'm sure many of you are aware that Earn to Trade is also based in Europe as well and supports multi-languages in terms of natively supporting languages other than English. But they can converse with you in English, it's fine. But if you're here in the US, you might notice a little bit about that. But their response times are fantastic. And actually, in speaking to the founders, it's going to be one of their major focuses is extremely quick response times for support. Which is great, especially if you're newer to these programs, because this program, like many others, is using Rhythmic and NinjaTrader, and there's a little bit of a learning curve to get used to both of those platforms and how you get set up. Let me start the video again, as you can just I'll walk you through. So that was at 11:32 p.m. I'll tell you why that's important in just a moment, is because immediately I'm logged into this, and let me stop this for a moment here. Okay, so there's two things that that TickTick is adding immediately right off the bat. And again, this firm has just recently launched. One is access to the Jigsaw Daytrader. I won't go into that today, but Jigsaw is right here. Jigsaw is let's see if that'll come up. There you go. Jigsaw is very, very popular for order flow trading. Okay, so you get access to this. Honestly, I don't know if it's full access or exactly what it is, but it's another perk of that they offer. And then they offer also the Journalix Trade Journal. Okay, so this is the same trade journal I believe that's offered at a few other firms, but we still have a number of these firms that I like and recommend that don't offer either of those two things. So you get the bonus of having access to something like Jigsaw, and also to I believe 30 days of this trader intelligence. And I'm a huge, huge fan of journaling. I talk about it here on my channel all the time, and it's something I can't get many folks to do, unfortunately. So let me just go ahead and grab this again right here. So you get access to both those. Those are the resources. Now, other than that, the logged in state for TickTick is pretty bare bones right now. Again, they just launched, so it gets the job done, but it's not going to have all of the same resources that you might see from like an Earn to Trade or some of the other firms that have been around. But I have the founders of the company are all traders, and their intent is to continue to add to the resources section and provide even additional resources going forward. A lot of good things to come. As an example, they may end up being first that will support something that's not NinjaTrader. In other words, Tradovate, CQG, stuff like that. So many of you are waiting for that. I think that's coming from many firms, but TickTick is probably in the lead on being able to roll that out. I don't have a timeline on that, so for now, don't sign up unless you're comfortable using Ninja and Rhythmic, or if you are unaware of how any of that works, hit the like, subscribe, turn on the bell notification, stick around to the end, because I'm going to tell you how you can actually, probably should have mentioned this earlier, you can qualify to get a free first month from TickTickTrader, and also I'll show you how you can get my Futures Fanatic Foundation course absolutely for free, and a free month in my room if you end up signing up for TickTick. So we'll take care of you in terms of getting you up to speed on NinjaTrader and some of the additional tools. But long-winded way of saying that you get access to Journalix and Jigsaw Trader as part of working with TickTick, which is pretty cool. Now let me show you something that was really outstanding, which is that's why I was just highlighting the time, because instantaneously, literally within 30 seconds of me signing up, I was given an email that had all of the login credentials that I would need to get started. Now, I did this yesterday, which was a weekend here in the U.S. On a Saturday. I'm recording this here on a Sunday. The markets will actually open here in the U.S. in about 3 hours, and I'll log in and get going on this bad boy, since it is an express. I might have some fun and see if I can actually qualify in a day or two. Please don't do that at home, depending on your experience level and how you're doing this. We talk about no rush, no resets here at TDG and the Futures Fanatic. You want to take your time. But for those of you that are more experienced, again, this is a cool little perk. No minimum days for this Express account. But the good news is I got all my login information instantly. That's really kind of cool, because there's others that can take an hour. Some can take even a day before they get you your login information. So if you are all about the dopamine hit, you can get instant access to your account, and the sign up process is pretty quick. All right. So I'm going to be doing this along with some of you that might choose to do it. By the way, if you want to just pause right here and look at the descriptions below, it'll tell you everything you need to do to get involved. I do have a discount code. I have a link that you can click on that will get you 65% off. That's 65% off of the $25, $50, and $100,000 programs. So that's going to be probably the deepest discount that's going on across all of the firms that I talk about right now. That's a launch program that they're doing, and it is good for all of March. So you got yourself a little bit of time, but again, you can save 65% off. So let's just take a look at what 65% off would actually be. If we come over here, you can scroll down and see that that's the Express. So if I just go to the starter right here, go to 50,000, 65% off. I'm not that smart. 50 is $80, so it's going to be a little less than, probably around $65, something in there. Plus, there might be some taxes. I don't think there was taxes on the Express that I purchased. Okay, so this is the website. I didn't spend as much time on here before I jumped into the other stuff. Again, it's a completely independent company, although the websites look similar to some others. Most of the information is available here, but let me tell you, I've covered this on some other videos. I would love your comments and questions on this video if I can answer anything about this program specifically. One thing I can tell you, I haven't taken any withdrawals. So I don't think many people have taken any withdrawals, but we do have some people in our group that have already taken the Express and passed it and have live funded accounts from these folks. And again, I've spoken to the founders now 3 or 4 times on Skype. They're well funded, they know what they're doing, and they're going to grow a pretty cool business here and try to do things a little bit differently going forward. So what I want to point you out, though, is if you have any of the basic questions like how does it work, how do I get paid, things like that, just go over to the Help Center. In fact, the Help Center is your friend across all of these programs. All right. So if you want general information right there, if you want to find out about the evaluation stage right there, and if you want to find out about the TickTick funded aspect, you go right here. Let me point out a few things if you're more familiar with these programs. So the activation fee is a little on the high end relative to some others, but it's not a monthly fee. So it's just a one-time fee. If you're not familiar, there is a fee that you pay once you're funded. Your subscriptions go away once you qualify for the program, but there is some fees associated with having a live account. In this case, it's a one-time payment of, as you can see, let's just take the 100,000. You pay $249 one time when you're funded, and that gets you access to the platform and the data and allows you to trade. You can also go to the entire payout policy here. I'm not going to get into debate with you folks about what's equitable in terms of how fast a firm that you pay like 100, like we just discussed, 65% discount on a $50,000 account is about $70. And if you want to complain about having to wait and build up a little bit of a buffer for a $70 investment, that these firms should instantly just give you money with these accelerated programs, we'll have that debate in the comments or another day. So also, I'm going to flex a little bit. I've been trading for 27 years, the futures markets, and I've been extremely involved in the prop space for over 11 years. I don't really throw out all of the experience that I have because I want to look a little, well, I probably should do it a little bit more so that it would save you guys some time in fighting with me in the comments and just not trusting me. I'm not in it for affiliate commissions, trust me. I'm in it to get more people into the benefits of active day trading of the futures markets and doing so and learning without much risk of their capital. Now, you guys can debate whether you think these programs offer an alternative to people just blowing money on their own in futures accounts, or you have a lot of other concerns that I've seen. In fact, you can watch this video that I just posted called "Is Futures Trading a Scam?" I'm hoping to get more views on that, more comments, so we can keep this dialogue and discussion going. But circling back to TickTick, okay, they have a limited help center right now with help articles, but it gets the job done. It should answer every question you'd have about the program, about the payouts, and it's not specific. It's not particularly different than many of the others. Okay, so at this point, the advantage I would say for taking a look at TickTick is one, certainly if you're in Europe. They have native French speakers, Spanish speakers, a number of other European languages. So you're good there, especially if you're outside Europe. But even if you're in the U.S., if you're familiar with these programs and you want to pick up some additional buying power for 65% off, it's also a good thing to take a look at. And then finally, I mentioned that Express a couple times. So the Express is a quicker version, and some of you might be able to actually get access to trading capital as little as 48 hours, which is pretty cool. All right, I think that is all that I had here. Yep. And the last thing is, I mentioned this just slightly, but I think it's fair to say, I don't know if publicly they're saying this, I don't have a timeline, but if you are on Mac or you want to trade on something other than NinjaTrader, this is also probably the firm for you. Now, you can't probably switch your subscription over, but maybe you could get a relationship going with them by buying one on Ninja and then knowing that they'll probably be supporting the CQG platforms very soon thereafter. So maybe just keep on your radar if you're not ready to, if you absolutely just want to wait, just wait. But I think you're going to see CQG, which if you're not familiar with that, just means they'll probably be able to support Tradovate and TradingView. So if you like those two platforms, you may be able to trade them using your TickTick account sometime soon. All right, we will leave it there for tonight. Go check out TickTickTrader, and here is how you actually get entered to win a free $50,000 account, first month subscription only. What you're going to have to do is you're going to have to leave a comment on this video. I will put my question for that comment below, but it's essentially going to be, have you traded at another prop firm, yes or no? And have you got funded at another prop firm, yes or no? Or if you haven't, then the answer is obviously no. So if you answer that question, then I'll put in the description, and you subscribe to the channel, you're good to go. You will be entered in the drawing to get access. The other thing I'm going to do is if you sign up prior to writing that comment, and let me know that you've also signed up, I'll enter you 3 times versus people that just leave a comment. So there's a benefit to actually signing up. You can sign up and then potentially get access to even another account if you end up winning. Finally, you want to check the descriptions below for access to the Futures Fanatic Foundation course. It's absolutely free. It's 30 videos. Make sure you get access to that while I keep leaving it up, because I'm spending a whole lot of money on data. I've had over 1,000 people sign up for that. It's exciting, but the data costs are starting to get pretty tremendous. And then there's one other link. I know there's a lot of link soup, but the other link is if you choose to sign up for TickTick Trader, you can then pop over to my prop promo page and you can get access to my trading room where we'll be trading this. In fact, starting even tomorrow, which will be, I think, March 6th or something, I'll be trading the TickTick account a little bit right in the trade room. So you can find out how you get 30 days access to that if you decide to sign up for one of these TickTick accounts. All right, that's a mouthful. TickTick Trader, another entrant in the online futures funding arena. Check them out. We'll see you at the next video. Thanks.